Hello, this is Samuel from Action Figure Fury, and today I bring you a review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinity Saga Thor Ragnarok Surtur. As you can see, this is Surtur from how he appeared in Thor Ragnarok. Also, he looked like this as well, somewhat in the Party 4 episode of What If. Fun little bit of trivia about Surtur. He's voiced by Clancy Brown, who's done many voice roles in different things. To speak on the subject of demons, he also voiced Hades in God of War 3. Yeah, and of course he voiced Mr. Krabs in the SpongeBob cartoon. I have to say I really do love this figure. I've had this figure for a little while and I finally just got out of packaging today, and I have to say it's absolutely fantastic. I know this came out a few months ago. People raved about it, really loved it, couldn't get hold of it myself until got my hands on it just recently. I have to say I'm incredibly happy with it. This is an absolutely fantastic figure. I know this is not truly how big he is in the film, because that would be far too big for the Marvel Legends 6-inch scale figures, unfortunately. But I'm very happy with him, because I know he's one of those characters who can change his size, so you could theoretically still fit him on your Marvel Legends Thor Ragnarok shelf or Avengers shelf, because he can change his size, so that's pretty cool. Just to give a size comparison here, I'm going to got Korg from Thor Ragnarok, which I got on a 2-pack with the Grandmaster. Really do love this figure. As you can see, Korg's quite a big character, and of course Surtur dwarfs over him. You can't even see his legs fully. I might have to bring that down a bit just so you can see for yourself. Yes, so he is quite a large figure. Very impressed with the size. The sculpting detail is excellent, and I absolutely do love the paint job on him. It's great. I know it's all cast in orangey red plastic with paint over top, and I have to say the effect looks absolutely phenomenal on this figure. It looks absolutely incredible. Really happy with this. Bring just down the lights, just a tad bit light in here, unfortunately. I've turned off 2 of my lights and it hasn't made much difference, unfortunately, but look at the paint on this, the variation, the oranges, the shades of red. Does it really impressive. I really do love this a lot. Now it's getting better. Look at that. On the feet as well, looks really good. Really impressed. Really nice. Very happy with this. There's the head sculpt. I feel like he's like sort of semi-translucent. You can see through his crown. That's pretty cool. You got the white eyes there. You can see the teeth, the tongue. Really good. I do love the fire effect on the shoulders. That's absolutely awesome. I do love how the black brown paint over top the plastic gives a really good charred look. Really nice. I do like that. The hands are really good as well. See all the yellow and that coming through. Absolutely superb. Hasbro really knocked out the park in this one. You see on the back here, got the rib. Got the rib cage, where the rib cage would be. It's awesome. There's not so much paint on the back, my little paint area, but it doesn't really bother me because we'll display it from the front. And you've got more black around the ankles. Quite bright in the back, but that's not a problem because you can display them from the front. Overall, really impressive. I do love this figure a lot. It looks absolutely fantastic. My only gripe is, where am I going to put him on display? He's a lot larger than my other Marvel Legends, so I'm going to have to find somewhere else to move my MCU figures to put them on display with them. Because it's such an incredible looking piece. I really do love this figure a lot. It does look absolutely fantastic. We have articulation. Surtur has a ball joint in the head. It doesn't go. It goes back a little bit, forward a little bit. It can go side to side, tilt as well. Not too bad. You've got ball jointed shoulders. Goes up. You don't get too much up because this gets in the way here. That's not too much of a problem. You also have a bicep swivel, which is nice. And a double jointed elbow, which you get a lot of range out of, which is good. On the fisted hand, you have a hinge that goes in. A bit hard to do because I've just got out of packaging today. And out. Really happy with that. Works well. Same on this hand as well. He has a ball joint in the chest here. Goes back. And then forward a little bit. not too much back. You can get a little bit of tilt. I can't really rotate it too much. It sounds like something's stuck in there, and I feel if I twist it too much, it's going to snap. So I'm not going to play around with that too much. He also has an ab crunch, which is implemented very well. Go forward, you get back. No waist swivel, which is completely understandable. Legs go forward that far, back not too much, out okay. He's got a thigh swivel, which is a bit tight, which is what you want at this scale. Double jointed knees, goes that, and he's got a hinge at the foot. So very, very happy with the articulation on Surtur. I've got him displayed like this because one of his accessories is incredibly large. I know one little gripe some people had about this figure was that the crown's not removable. I'm not too sure what's with mine, but the crown can easily come out. But unfortunately, it does leave a slot in his head. So I think that would have been a better idea if they had a interchangeable head if they wanted to do that route. But this figure's large enough as it is. We're using a lot of tooling, so I can understand why I didn't do that. But if you wanted to, you could get a full figure and have this strapped to his back, like at the beginning of the film when he encounters him and removes his crown. So that goes on there like that. He also comes with a pair of interchangeable hands. As you can see here, I've got him in a sort of posing hand. Got a posing hand, or when he's destroying. Where is it? Thor is from, not Valhalla. I can't remember the name of Asgard. That's it, Asgard. When he's destroying, when he's absolutely massive, he's destroying Asgard. So his hands are perfect for that. If you want to get a miniature version of Asgard with him tearing up the place, that would work well. Sorry, the name just escaped me for a second. But comes with those, a fisted hand and a gripping and a posing hand, or tearing up hand. For this hand, this side wrist here, this hand here also comes with a gripping hand, which works well, quite not too hard, so you can grip the sword. And of course, for the other hand, you've got another gripping hand to hold the sword. And I have put the sword in his hand already, and you can see this sword is huge. Really, really huge. Very, very large accessory. I like what the Frush Robo has said, you know, it looks like candy, you want to lick it. Because it looks so shiny and looks like candy. So I can understand his point there. Really, really impressive. Really do love this a lot. I do like how you have this sort of red part to the blade here, which works really, really well. Looks like it's really hot. You know, the other side's got dark, and the handle, you know, it's in that sort of plastic as well. I really do like that. It does look really, really impressive. Hasbro have done a fantastic job with the sword. I think it's the wrong way around. Yeah, that's it. Really, really nice. For purposes, I'm going to take off this hand and put this hand in so you can see what it looks like on camera. With the sword in his hand, it'll make him even bigger on display. So you're going to need quite a lot of shelf space to display this figure. Looks like I need to be expanding my MCU shelf to fit him on. Let's just have him hold the sword. It does grip it well. It's not too loose. This hand's a little bit the pin where it swivels is a bit loose, but once you get in the sweet spot, it pretty much stays there. So you can have a look and see how big Surtur is. I can't even get it all into frame, but if I have it down like this, you can probably see how he looks with it as well. Again, very, very impressive. Really, really nice accessory. I'm very, very happy that Hasbro released this in the Marvel Legends line to fit in with the Thor Ragnarok figures. The only figures I'm missing from that film now are the Scourge and Hela 2-pack, which I really, really want to get. So if anyone to get Scourge, and the Kate Blanchett head sculpts for the Hela figure looks absolutely fantastic. So I'd love to get that as well. It's just takes a bit of hunting down to get, but overall very, very happy with what I've got from Thor Ragnarok, and to get Surtur to fit in with the other characters like Korg and Gladiator Hulk and the others is just incredible. I'm very, very happy that Hasbro have got round to this. Even for your comics display, like some reviewers have said, you could use this as a comic Surtur if you wanted to, because it can fit in with both, but even though it's mostly for the MSU stuff. But overall, I'm extremely happy with this figure. My only problem now is finding the place to display him. Highly recommended figure. You can still get this figure for reasonable prices on the secondary markets, because it only came out towards the tail end of last year, I believe about, was it September, October last year, or August last year. So you can still get it for fairly good prices. It came out a bit later in the UK, because then again we do tend to get figures a bit late compared to the American market. We do get figures a couple months later on, sometimes at the same time, but most 9 out of 10 times we get our figures a few months later. But overall, I'm very, very happy with this figure. Highly recommend it if you can find it. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, share and subscribe, and bye for now.